Hello everybody, so I finally finished the last novel in the Daughter series called The Daughters Join the Party by Joanna Philbin. I have read the other 3 books in the series and I've done little reviews on them as well. There's going to be a playlist linked down below if you want to go watch them, as well as their videos will be up on my main channel, and they are The Daughters. Let's see, there we go. The Daughters Break the Rules, and I do not have the 3rd book with me because it was a library book and I already returned it. So I have the final one here, which I just finished today. Like, I literally finished reading the last chapter and I ran down here to come do a little book club video so I could return this book because it's almost due. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into it. This novel follows the life of a girl named Emma Conway, and if you guys can kind of see by the picture, each one is a different character. I don't think I pointed this out in my other videos, but the blonde one is Karina, the redhead right there, maybe you can see her, that is Lizzie, that little darker, not really darker skin, more like a mocha color girl, that's Hudson, and this one would be Emma. So Emma Conway is a new character. She has not been talked about in any of the other books, and it starts off with her at a boarding school, kind of like summer school, and she's away from her family, and she does some bad things, and she gets kicked out. So you find out that her parents, because all the girls are really rich, they're born into fame, her father is the senator of New York City or New York or something along those lines. He's a part of the Senate. And they announced to her that he is going to be running for president. So the entire novel follows the life of Emma, kind of living day to day with her family in the public eye and with her father running for the presidency. And I honestly don't know much, I don't know too much about the politics down in the States, but because I live in Canada, I do know some things, and they're talking about Obama in this book. Well, they mention him once or twice, but the main point is that the novel deals with Emma, who is a daughter, and hence the title, The Daughters. And so she's just living day to day in this life, and because she gets kicked out of her little summer school, whatever, she has to go join her brother, whose name is Remington, and I think that's kind of a weird name. But Remington goes to Chadwick, which is a school that all the other girls go to. So she gets to go there, and she knew Lizzie from before because their parents have been to certain events, and so they become friends. And so Lizzie takes her under her wing, and they become friends, all 4 girls, and yeah, it starts to play out by there. Now, Emma makes a mistake at one of her family events, and she's a rebel. She doesn't like to go to her father's different, like, speaking events and the dinners, so she dyes her hair purple and does some really bad things at one event. And then after that, she's told, I don't really know how to explain it. There's a whole bunch of like different parties that they go to, and at one she's supposed to give like a little speech, and she's really bad about it and makes like a little joke that nobody thinks is funny. I actually laughed at that part. I thought it was super hilarious, but nobody else thought it was funny, and so she got in trouble. And at the next event, her brother, who is like president or like captain of the debate team and the speaking club, I don't know, something like that, he's supposed to make a speech, but you later find out that he is kind of like a raging alcoholic, even though he's 17 and around that age. He doesn't go to that little party, and Emma actually speaks for him. And while she is speaking, she learns that A, she is really good at public speaking, and B, she just released to the press that her father is running to become president, even though they weren't planning on releasing that for another few months. So they kind of have to deal with her father being elected, well, not really elected, being in the public eye earlier, and she has to deal with the consequences of her doing that. But because everybody thought that she did a really great job, she's pulled in a few more times to speak for her father, or before her father, kind of like introducing him at other events. And so her life is based on public appearances and different, I don't even know how to explain it, different views that the public sees of her. So there's her, and her public self. So her is like a tomboy, well, not really tomboy, she dyes her hair different colors and wears whatever she wants and acts out, whereas the other one is supposed to be dressing up really fancy, classy, and speaking about stuff that she doesn't really want to speak about. So there's 2 different sides of her, and she gets fed up with her dad's like prep team always wanting her to be the good one rather than herself. So she kind of gets, like I said, fed up about it, and that's where her story sort of ends. She stops doing that, and there wasn't, I found that this book was it ended too soon and the story kept on going before there was like the arc. You know how when you read a story, you go and then you start at the beginning and then you go up like the little hill and you go back down and then you're done? Well, I think I just did that backwards, whatever. This story, I found that it just kept on going up and up and up and up and up, and on the last 20 pages it quickly went down. So I don't even know if you guys know what I'm going to be talking about, like what that is, but I learned about it in grade 9 English and I still remember it. So yeah, at the very end her brother gets arrested and that kind of messes with her dad's campaign, but life is what life is, I guess. It was a really great series. I enjoyed it. I wish there was another one. I googled quickly before I sat down to film to see if there was going to be a 5th one and nothing showed up for it, so I'm kind of hoping. But you know what? This was a good end to the series. I really wish I could have read a little bit more of the other 3 girls rather than this one. I found that their friendship wasn't as strong as it could have really been if they talked about it a lot more. And yeah, you also find out different things about how the other stories end. Like Todd, who is Lizzie's boyfriend, he had the entire scandal with his dad stealing from his company, and he is found guilty when he goes to court, and so he's going to jail. Karina is working for her dad's company, like for the Princess magazine, and she's actually enjoying it. Hudson is releasing her album in and around the Christmas time, so the story spans like 2 years almost. So yeah. And she's doing that, and she's dating their bassist or guitarist, Ben, who I mentioned in my last video, and all things are good for them. They are still living, and they love the spotlight, and they love money. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure which book I'm going to be doing next, although I did get a couple from the library. I will show you them quickly. Ugh, they're right here. They're on my bookshelf. I keep them on like the lower shelf so that I can just pull them out really easily. But I have the 3rd book from the Mediator series, which is called Reunion, so it looks like that. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I've read the 2nd one. I just have to film a book club video on that one. I also got this one called My Double Life. It looks pretty interesting. I like the side of it from like the library. And then I got 2 by Meg Cabot. They're part of the same series. I'm not sure which one comes first, but this is what they look like. What? Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a go. See if I like them. If I don't, I'll go return them. But yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!